very nice hotel, put me up in the Hilton in Brooklyn, downtown Brooklyn. It's a nice situation. He's extremely gracious host. You understand what I'm saying? Got to the event. It was a nice event. It was a nice vibe there. You could smoke downstairs. You know, I like shit like that. You know what I'm saying? You could smoke, you could chill. He wasn't like oppressing. When you get booked in certain situations, sometimes it sucks. You know what I mean? Sometimes, no disrespect, sometimes I go to smaller leagues and they're not always as professional as some of the bigger leagues, and sometimes vice versa. Sometimes the bigger leagues just assume like they're just so big, like they don't have to treat you, and I don't mean like a star, but just with some level of respect, because I am technically like a hired contractor. Like, you've hired me to come do a job, so I would expect if you hired someone to come do your job, like, you would treat them with some kind of respect, right? So the reason why I'm bigging this up is because it's important. Not only was he respectful, he went above and beyond to be generous and nice. You know what I mean? Like showed up with flowers for me. It was just really nice. You know what I mean? It was like a breath of fresh air. So, for one, and I'm not just giving him props because of a materialistic thing. It's just the thought that goes into it. You understand what I'm saying? He didn't have to do that. He could have been like, yo, there was a shuttle that went from the airport to my hotel. You know what I'm saying? To make sure that happens. It's not in my contract that he had to come pick me up. Thank you, DJ Middle K. Thank you, Golden One. You know what I mean? So that it's important that you give props where they're due, because I'm going to tell things that I didn't like about this experience, which had nothing to do with Chosen or the league in general. But I'm also a firm believer in, you can say the negative, you can say the positive too. You know what I mean? We're not gonna come on here and talk crazy. So, especially when that night ended off, it ended up okay, despite like the bullshit that happened, despite the fact that you know, Fired and Misfit got beside itself and slapped me on my rear end, aka my gluteus maximus, aka my butt, aka these cheeks. Okay, let's start there. We'd like to know who told him that was fucking okay. Okay, thank God for him. I have the kind of fucking nature that I do, and this isn't no threatened shit. This is just we're having a conversation here. You know what I mean? Because that kind of situation could have went totally different had it had been somebody else he did that to. Had I had been in a different type of mood, had I not had a certain amount of support system around me that was just kind of like, yo, it's not that serious. We talked about it, and he actually again was very apologetic. You know what I mean? Reggie, he was very apologetic. You know what I mean? And like, you know, he was attempting to speak to me, and I was just like, you know, just give me a little bit of time. Let me just get out of my feelings. Like, you know what I'm saying? You just violated me. I was also annoyed with a couple other people who kept harassing me. Not harassing me, but they kept asking me as to why the battle couldn't continue. Explain to you why the battle's not going to continue. The battle's not going to continue because I felt violated where I was supposed to be doing a job at. It's over. It's not going to be sorry and I'm just going to go back and do the job. Now, it can be sorry and things don't have to transpire any further from here, but we're not going to go back because now I'm not mentally in a place where I want to do this. You understand what I'm saying? That's just how I work. Period. I'm sorry. If, you know, if other people can do other things, then let